Hello and welcome back to the GT Sport League here at Gavra Racing. Join us here at Le Mans, or the Circuit de la Sarthe is the name of the track. We're here for round 11, the penultimate round of the season of season 2, and yeah, like I said, we're here at Le Mans, and we're here for the start of the 18-minute quali. But yeah, it's quite a long lap here at Le Mans, so we do have about 3 minutes before these guys complete their out laps. So I could have possibly started the stream a little bit later, but nevertheless, here we are. We're ready to get this quali session underway. I could talk about the track briefly in the Circuit de la Sarthe in France, and it's 1.04 miles long. Well, that's its longest straight, I should say. Not a lot of elevation change, only 0.02 miles. A whopping 38 corners, and a total track length of 8.47 miles long. It is a really long track. These drivers will want to be aiming for the 3-minute 56, 57s. That would be a really good lap for pole if they can hook it up together. We do have 14 drivers lined up on the grid. We've got the 2 BCMR drivers. This league being sponsored by the Black Country Metal Recovery, and they are sponsoring the GT Sport League. The Tiger and Toussaint, the 2 drivers from that team, both in the Aston Martin. We've got Tim in the Nissan, we've got Play Duchy, his teammate Woody, both in the Toyotas. We've got Finn in the Ferrari. We've got Bonnie Evil replacing Airbag today. She was there in the Aston Martin. Almost forgot the name of the car, with a nice gold Lewis Hamilton style helmet. Very nice. We've got Holland Campion in, he's currently in 8th, but he's everyone's on an out lap, so he's racing tonight as well. We've got Ted in, we've got Cash Tangle in, who's replacing Scouting Ninja, and they are in the Porsche for today's race, the Porsche 911. We've got yellow flags, I think that's Ted who's gone off. We've got Daniel Gardenzi, another driver on the grid today. Fefe's joining us as well as Wolfie and Matt Gavra, who's currently in the back straight, or one of the many straights, and doesn't have anyone to slipstream, so might struggle a little bit in this quali session. And I'm going to give a warning now. If my mic decides to collapse during commentary, please let me know in the chat. I don't want it to sound like I'm going down a wind tunnel or something. But anyway, Toussaint now has finally come across the final corner and will be starting his lap. Does have Tiger Assassin behind him. We've got a little bit of overtaking here. I know Finn's into the pits and has damage. I don't know if anyone's got... I don't think he lost it by himself. So we'll ride on board with Toussaint and Tiger, seeing as those are the first 2 guys who will set a lap. So we've got the 2 British drivers now coming through the second sector now, and we'll be approaching the first sector. I think it's the first sector. It's the first or second sector. I think it's the first, but yeah, we've got the 2 Aston Martins now down one of many long straights. I think, yeah, the first of 5 long straights round this track, reaching up just about 172 miles per hour, 170 miles per hour. I think the Aston Martin can do in a straight line. Cryptek is not here. The Scout down. He has abandoned me again. Can you believe it? So yeah, he won't be joining me tonight, but he should be here next week, where we will be at Lago Maggiore for the final race of the season. But yeah, on board with Toussaint now. We'll see what type of sector times he's doing. Not like I'm going to remember these sector times, but it's good to... I mean, I could get up the live timings, but yeah, this track is so long. You can just see, look how much... look at Tiger Assassin, 178 miles per hour, actually goes for a move on his teammate. That's how much the slipstream and how long the straights are. Tiger having his windscreen wipers on. It is quite cloudy here in Le Mans, but yeah, no rain for the foreseeable future, as this game doesn't have dynamic weather, and it is about 12 o'clock here in France, and you can see in the background as well the two Toyotas, two BDE teammates slipstreaming one another. Woody might actually overtake Play Dutchy here, and does so in this qualifying session. You can see the speed difference, and Woody gets past Dutchy. Dutchy might be able to get him back though into the next right-hander, as slipstreams are so powerful. I wouldn't be surprised to see if Two Saints able to get past Tiger down this straight, and here he goes. He now pulls up alongside his teammate. I think he lifts off a little bit to stay, yeah, he's lifting off to stay behind. So Two Saint lifting off from the straights to try and stay behind his teammate. Doesn't want to impede one another. Look down the rest of the field. We've got Holland and Tim rather going for a little bit of racing down the straight. I think Holland getting past Tim there. The Aston Martin getting ahead of the Nissan. The Nissan don't count Tim out of this race. That Nissan is mighty quick in a straight line. So let's see what he can do in this race. If he can stay within the slipstream of the top guys, then I'm sure he's going to have a good race. Holland as well. That Aston Martin has got some serious straight line speed. A few drivers who might struggle: Cash Tengel and not Ted, if I can find him on the list. Wolfie, the two Peugeots, Porsche, sorry, struggle a little bit in a straight line compared to the other cars, but should do well in the final few sectors, you would imagine. But yeah, all the time's going to be found again on the straights. Finn and the Ferrari might do well as well. There's not many technical corners that he needs to worry about. Two Saint picking up a 1 second penalty coming into the last sector. Here comes Tiger Assassin now through the final two corners and up to the line. Sets a 3-minute 56.3 and goes 2 seconds quicker than last season's pole position time. It was a 50 something, and Woody actually for the first time this season goes on provisional pole with a 3-minute 55.5, 4 tenths quicker than Dutchy, and the gap between everyone else in the midfield is very minimal. Bonaville on their debut moves himself up into third. Tiger's in fourth so far. Tim with a 3-minute 35. I'm going to try and get used to saying 3 minutes 58.2 goes up into fifth. Holland Campion only 4 tenths behind. 3 minutes. Be another penalty. Is that penalty gets added onto a second play Dutchy slipstream in the Aston Martin, and Two Saint backs off, serves the penalty, and lets Woody go through as well. So yeah, it's Woody currently on provisional pole. You can see Dutchy getting ahead of Tiger, who's lifted off. He doesn't want anyone getting his slipstream, as Fefe has gone up into 8th place on the super soft tyres. 4-minute 21, and let's see where he can put his Peugeot. I think that's Finn coming around the final. Oh no, that's not Finn coming around the final corner. Someone came around the final corner, but I think they might have had an invalid lap, and that's Ted off down at turn somewhere, and he's got damage and is into the pits. But back up with the front guys in this quali session. Dutchy not getting slipstream. It's Woody again to go for a move on his teammate. Is he going to make this stick? And he does, costing each other a little bit of time by racing in this quali session. But Woody also staying in with the slipstream of Dutchy, but yeah, costing themselves just a little bit of time, going wheel to wheel into the second chicane. And they're actually going to go side by side again, going into the double right-hander. Math Gamer moves his way up into 8th place, 4 minutes 13.4. And unlike tracks like the Red Bull Ring, expect the margins to be quite far apart from one another. It is almost a 4-minute lap, so the gap from pole to last place could be quite significant. You can see the times though are fairly close between everyone. 2 tenths second, 4 tenths, 4 seconds, but I'm sure there's plenty of time to find on these laps. I think that's Tiger and Two Saint slipstreaming each other, and they do have the two Toyotas to deal with up in front. They might cost themselves a little bit of time, but hopefully we see no collisions. We saw a nice battle in quali for track position last time out in Sardinia Road Track A, actually, if you remember that. And Woody comes into the pits, and that was there contact between him and Tiger or Two Saint? There might have been. No visible damage or no damage at all, but Bonnie Evil is going to get the slipstream, and that was Tim in the background, I think, having a big snap of oversteer on the curve. But Bonnie Evil in the Aston Martin, also one of the BCMR test drivers, you could say. Maybe the Two Saint and Tiger were using this as to get her in as a replacement to see whether she might join the team next season. Currently goes 8/10 quicker in the 6th sector. Yeah, there are 7 sectors around this track. Let's see what times these guys can do, but Play Dutchie's going to come through the final few chicanes now. Final few corners, and let's see what type of lap time he can do as he runs up to the line. It's a 3 minute 55.8, stays in second but is 2/10 behind Woody, but Bonnie Evil goes provisional pole with an 8 I was going to say an 8 minute 4.6, but that's the delta. 8/10 clear of Woody with a 3 minutes 54.7, a really good lap on the soft tyres as well. Everyone else around on these soft tyres. Tim in, this could be for a set of super softs. Let's just keep a quick eye on this as he leaves the pit. It is for super softs, so Tim's going to be going ever so quicker in this quali session. Finn moves his way up into 5th place on the super softs as well, so a good lap from the top 4 to get themselves in that position on the soft tyres. Got a few people coming through the final chicane. Let's try. So we got Holland and Fefe coming through the final chicanes now. Holland on an out lap. Is Fefe on a lap? Fefe is on a lap. It looks to be an improvement on his personal best. We'll just have to wait and see. But takes it very cautious into the final chicane. Down to 1st, interestingly. Majority drivers take it in 2nd, but comes across the line and sets a 4 minute 18.3. And Wolfie improves as well, goes up into 9th place with a 4 minute 9.3 in his Porsche, but still Bonnie Evil currently leads the way. See the 2 Toyotas once again slipstreaming down the straight. Both on out laps, I believe. Or Dutchie might actually be on a flying lap. Does have a 5/10 penalty now for cutting the chicane on the exit. Hello to everyone in the chat. Hello Scout Dan, hello Pole _13, Techers as well, RC8. Nice of you to join us. We've currently got 15 people watching, and there's a little bit of contact between Woody and Dutchie's off into the gravel, and that might see him back into the pits. Don't know if he'll get enough time to improve on another lap. Matt Gamer goes up into 9th place, a 4 minute 7.6. No slipstream on that lap as well. In the Lexus. Hello Black Country in the chat as well. But Play Dutchie, despite the contact, continues on his lap. Did get a 5/10 penalty, so I don't know if he served his penalty on the straight, so that might have been not okay, but if Dutchie was improving, I think he'd be a little bit more mad with his teammates. But picks up another 5/10 penalty through Indianapolis. Now and run down the 5th straight on this track, well the 5th main straight, if you count the one before the chicane, after the chicane, after the 2nd chicane, and then after the double right-hander. Then I think that you can call it the 5 main straights around this track. All the players play with steering. Do you mean as in controller or wheel? I think the majority, I think it's about half and half between controller users and wheel users. But I think that most of the top guys are using a steering wheel of some sort. But I know Tiger Assassin likes to use the motion sensor on the controller, which it makes him effectively play Mario Kart. There's no force feedback, it's just steering and accelerating. But it seems to be doing him good. He's getting the results, the wins and the podiums as he comes into the pits. Toussaint now goes 4/10 behind Bonnie Evil with 3 minute 55.2 on the soft tyres, and I think he had Dutchy slipstream for the for down the straight. And yeah, if you want to take part and drive, I think, well, we've got a full grid this season so far with only one race left. This is the penultimate race, so if you want to message me, we can get you signed up and ready for next season. Make sure to join the Discord and look on the website for more info. That will be out around Christmas, maybe after Christmas, sometime in January, maybe the end of January will the season 3 start. That'll be roughly when the F1 league start up as well. Meanwhile, we've got a few competitive times coming in on the boards. Cash Daniel goes into 9th with a 4-minute 1.9, and I think it's Daniel Gardenzi improved, goes up into 10th, a 4-minute 3.5. But with only 40 seconds left on the clock in the qualifying session, I think everyone will be on their last lap. Wolfie goes up into 7th, Holland in 9th, but the gaps are very minimal. You might see 3.7 seconds to pole, but that can honestly just, it's nothing. You see a few tenths in F1, but around a 4-minute lap time, it's not much at all. Fefe also improves and goes into 13th. Ted still hasn't set a lap, and I don't know if I can. Oh no, there we go. Ted with a penalty goes up into 12th place, so might be able to improve on another lap. I don't know if he crossed the line with enough time. I'm not sure he did, but I saw earlier Bonnie Evil set a purple sector, so might be able to improve. Currently on provisional pole, Dutchy behind has a 1.5 second time penalty, so I don't know if he's going to be able to complete this lap and make it competitive with the penalty, but we'll just have to wait. These are GT3 cars, but things might change for next season. No hints or anything just yet, but the car class might be changing, but stay tuned for more info about that. We'll just have to see what happens after Christmas. What car class we'll be in, whether it be one or a multi-class, we'll have to wait and see. But Play Dutchy actually goes 4/10 quicker in the 4th sector, sorry, has the penalty and pulls over to the side of the track. Won't be improving on his time. Toussaint has a 4/10 penalty as well, so he will have to try and serve 4/10 and still go quicker. Currently 4/10 behind Bonnie Evil, so might not be able to slow down enough to get provisional pole. Hasn't really got anyone slipstream. Bonnie Evil slightly too far in front for him to get slipstream off the other Aston Martin, but yeah, Bonnie Evil's now 1.9 seconds slower off her personal best. Her personal best being the provisional pole time. Tiger is on a lap here, on an out lap, sorry, so he's not going to be improving either. Finn though is on a flying lap, so we'll have to wait and see if he can improve. Coming through the Porsche curve now. Let's have a look at his sector times, and he's finished. Have we run out of time? I don't know why that came up, but Finn is still on a lap, runs a little bit wide over the white line. That might be a 1 second or a 5/10 penalty for the German driver. It's not, so got away with it slightly. Only just ran over the line, so the game doesn't punish him too hard. Gets a big snap and cuts the final chicane, the penultimate chicane, and actually doesn't get a penalty, but yeah, there's the penalty. And spins over the line in style. Atom Grin improves, goes up into 7th, a 3-minute 57.2 for the Finnish driver. Wolfie is currently on a lap as well on the super soft tyres, currently in 8th place. He needs to find 600ths to go ahead of Atom Grin in the Nissan, Wolfie in the Porsche. So let's into the more technical section of the track. Runs really wide out onto the gravel and won't be improving on his time. There's anyone on a lap? We've got Fefe and Ted still on a lap. Ted down to 13th. We had 14 drivers. Yeah, Fefe's not on the leaderboard for some reason, but is here in 14th place. So we'll have to wait and see what type of lap time it is. But it's a 1.4 second time, 1.5 second time penalty. Serves it really quickly though. But I don't think it's going to be improvement for the Danish driver. So let's go on board with Ted then, and let's see what type of time he can do into the final sector. We'll ride on the bonnet cam of the Aston Martin down to third gear. It doesn't take too much curve on the first chicane, a bit on the second, a little bit deep into the final, rides the red sausage curve, doesn't get the best of exits in the run up to the line, and it's not going to be improvement for the Irish driver. But that will be the starting grid for today's race. Bonnie Evil on their debut. Nevertheless, so a really good first impression for the British driver, puts themselves on pole position for the Circuit de la Sarthe race here at Le Mans. And Toussaint will line up alongside in second place. Woody with I think a career best quali in third, maybe. I think that's his best quali in third. Play Dutchy in fourth. Tiger in fifth. Ifin will line up in sixth place. Behind him will be Atengren in the Nissan, so don't count him out of this race. That Nissan is really quick in a straight line, but we'll be starting this race in 7th. Wolfie in 8th, Cash Daniel in 9th, Daniel Gardenzi in 10th, Matt Gamer in 11th, 10 and 12th, Fefe in 13th. We seem to have lost someone. Who's missing? It's Dutchy. Dutchy's not on the list. That's really unfortunate for Play Dutchy, but it's lights out and away we go. Finn's got off to a really good start. Woody's already down to 5th, and Toussaint's going to pull up alongside Bonnie Evil in the run down towards turn 1 and 2. Here comes Finn now. Finn out of nowhere up into second place on the super soft tyres. Toussaint will try and hold it down the inside. Tim on the inside of Woody. Wolfie gets himself up into 7th place. Holland down into 9th place, doesn't have damage. It's going to be so hard to get damage. Well, not hard to get damage, but it's going to be so painful to get damage around this track, as it's 8.5 miles long. But here come all the drivers now through the first sector and onto one of many long straights round this track. Bonnie Evil will lead the train, followed by Finn, Tiger, Toussaint, Woody, Tim, Wolfie. And let me see what we're going to do about Dutchy, but it's going to go 3 wide in the run down towards the first chicane. Tiger's got the best out of this. He's enough into the lead of the race. Bonnie Evil down to 3rd. Woody as well, looking for the inside, and gets himself up into 3rd. A few drivers running wide. I think it was Tim, but he's gone around the outside of Wolfie. Wolfie up into 7th place. Bear with me for just 2 seconds. See the battle up the top here. As Tiger and Finn going down the inside, gets ahead of Tiger. Bonnie Evil going wheel to wheel with Woody. And we might get a restart with the custom grid for Play Dutchy. Let me just find out real quick. It's hard being the admin and commentator at the same time. We'll see what people have to say. But Tiger now up into the lead of the race. Gets past Finn. Bonnie Evil in 3rd. Atom has got himself up into 4th. And I think Toussaint has slowed down. Yeah, Toussaint has cancelled his entry. And it is going to be a custom grid to get Play Dutchy back in this race. Play Dutchy in the championship fight as well. So we will be getting a restart. to this race. I think we can do a custom grid if everyone can cancel their race entry. But yeah, unfortunately, yeah, I don't know what happened with Play Dutchy, but he didn't make it onto the grid, and a few people have left, but I'm sure they'll be joining back for the restart. That's set up for us, so bear with us while we do that. We need to wait for everyone to join the lobby for it to happen. I think we're just waiting on Play Dutchy. I'll just sit on here riding on board with Daniel Gardenzi while he's in the pits. So if any of the drivers are watching, here's a free cheeky practice, I guess. Make sure you now re-enter the race, so Toussaint can do the custom grid. He hosts these lobbies because his connection's better than mine. After the pre-season race, we realised that streaming and hosting with my internet isn't the best idea, especially for the quality of the stream. I don't know. I think you can do custom grids in the lobby settings, so we should have a custom grid if everyone's able to enter the race. Let me just make sure everyone's back in. And yeah, Toussaint's going to set up another lobby. I hope he's going to set up another lobby, and then we can do a custom grid. So everyone will be joining back. But yeah, in the meantime, just bear with us for a second, and we should hopefully get this sorted as quickly as possible. If anyone has any questions they'd like to ask in the chat, Q&A or something while we wait, we can do. No idea what happened to Dutchy. It just didn't put his car on the grid, and he is in a championship fight as well. Can win it today if he outscores Tiger by a certain amount of points. I'll get that ready for the end. But yeah, let me leave this and we can hopefully get going again. Let me quickly join the lobby. That is not the lobby. Just so nothing bad happens. Oh, that should say 2, but haven't got the audio. There we go. That's the wrong one. Oh no, that is the right one. There we go. Normally the music is always off in the lobby. No, that hasn't worked either. Okay, hopefully Toussaint can get this lobby started as quickly as possible. Normally the music's off. I don't know why it is on, but hopefully the lobby can be set up quickly and we can get started. There it is. Join that and everything should be all good. Yeah, Woody, there will be a custom grid. Hopefully it works. You can see my group 4 Alfa Romeo from the daily races as well. But we are back in. Hopefully everyone has some clean entry messages, so we don't have to cover it up or anything. But yeah, we're just loading back into the lobby. We should have a custom grid if it works. In the meantime, we can go over some championship. What Dutchy needs GT2 Championship. I'll just get that up quickly. So Play Dutchy is leading the championship with 271 points. Tiger behind has 235. Toussaint on 208 is no longer in the championship running anymore, I don't think. Yeah, he's 1 point off, still being in contention for the championship. So it is between Dutchy and Tiger. The gap is, if I can do some quick maths, 36 points. Is it 36? Yeah, 36 points between Tiger and Dutchy, and the maximum amount of points you can get on a weekend is 31. 30 points for winning the race and 1 point for the fastest lap. So if Play Dutchy outscores Tiger by 6 points today, then he will win the season 2 of the GT Sport League. So if Dutchy wins with the fastest lap, if Dutchy wins with the fastest lap, I think he wins it all. I think he'll get the championship tonight. If he wins the race without the fastest lap, then Tiger will need second. So Tiger ideally needs to either win or come second. While we're having another practice session, it's just the way GT Sport sets up its lobbies. Like in F1, you're sat in the loading screen. GT Sport just decides to have a practice session before we start. It's easier for everyone, really. So let's just make sure everyone is in. I mean, I could go out on track if you really want to put the custom grid up. So I'm not going to do that, but I can still pick a car. M&M Nissan, what a beautiful car that is. Don't ask why I have an M&M Nissan. But we can ride on board one of the drivers with that and grin. Would you prefer an on-board or a wide? Let's go with the wide set actually. And hopefully my mic is better now. Apologies about that, but yeah, hopefully we can get this custom grid set up as quickly as we can. I unfortunately don't have the old grid, and that's Tim Round, and then the barrier has some damage as well. How unfortunate for him. But yeah, it's only a practice session. So yeah, we should be ready to go soon. Alright, we are ready. Good luck everyone. Let's just put in the starting soon. Okay, there we go. We should be starting again with a custom grid. I think everyone is in. Someone's doing donuts. Is that that's Bonnie Evil doing donuts? Oh, that was close between her and Ted. But yeah, doing donuts on the start-finish straight is an interesting way to get ready for a restart. But here we go. The race will begin in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Begin! So, here we go. And Fefe has discarded. Oh dear. Fefe's disconnected. But yeah, there's the starting grid once again. I'll find out whether we're having another restart. But it will be Bonnie Evil on pole. Look out for Finn in 6th. We know he gets off to good starts. And just waiting for the lights to go out here in the Circuit de la Sarthe for round 11, and it's lights out and away we go. Finn moves up already into 4th, now up into 3rd, and will be challenging the front 2 as Toussaint now tries to go down the inside of Bonnie Evil. Finn will be trying to capitalise on his good start as well. Tiger on the inside of Finn will be the outside for the second corner of the chicane. Finn maintains 3rd. Holland runs a little bit wide. Woody gets a bit of a snap on oversteer. Ted does a little bit of contact at the back. Holland's dropped all the way down to 12th place. Not the best start he's ever had in the GT Sport race. Woody's run a little bit, Wolfie's run a little bit wide, so that's going to allow Matt Games to try and capitalise. Daniel Gardenzi going for a move on Ted, I think that is. Toussaint now with a 5/10 penalty will be under pressure from Finn and Tiger, but it's Bonnie Evil who leads the way, followed by Toussaint in 2nd, but it's quickly gaining on the British driver. 2 Aston Martins going side by side for the lead of the race. Tiger's going to try and pull up alongside Finn. You can see the 180 miles per hour in the Aston Martin, and in the background Woody Taylor, the Dutchie, going wheel to wheel, already 1.5 seconds behind the leaders, and that's Matt Gamer off into the gravel and round at the first chicane. Drops all the way down into 13th. Has Holland got damage? He does. That's going to be a long walk back to the pits for him. But Tiger and Finn now going wheel to wheel and run down towards the second chicane. Dutchie and Woody falling off this battle. Tim has got a 4/10 penalty. It was a 5/10 I'm going to assume. But the top 4 separated by nothing here, as Toussaint now leads this race, followed by Tiger, and Bonnie Evil now drops into 3rd place, and that actually has allowed Woody and Play Dutchie to gain up on these guys. Dutchie needs to really win this race to have a good chance of wrapping up the Drivers' Championship tonight. Meanwhile, Tiger's going to try and close in on his teammate for the lead of the race. Toussaint won last time out in Sardinia, picking up his first race win, and lets his teammate go by. Tiger going down the inside and gets himself up into the lead of the race. Any more overtakes? I don't think there are. Cash Tangle getting a big snap, hits the barrier, no damage done to the Porsche, but drops down to 11th. Ted gets himself up into 10th place, and Toussaint still with the 4/10 penalty. Will most likely serve it in the 6th or 7th sector, the 2 slowest sectors of the track, the more technical sectors. And here comes Tim now, looking for a move and Play Dutchie in the Nissan GTR, goes around the outside of the Toyota and gets himself up into 6th place, down into sorry, there's a car that's gone right off into the wall. It's Wolfie and another one. Is that Cash Tangle? I think it is. Cash Tangle and Wolfie both going off into the barrier, and it's like the turn 1 at the Nürburgring a few years, well, many years ago, when it poured down with rain. Both really late on the brakes, couldn't stop the car, and it'll be another long journey back to the pits for those guys. But meanwhile, it's a BCMR 1-2. Tiger leading the way. This is really good for him in his championship run. The car going wide. I think it was it Tim? It might have been Tim, or it could have been Finn actually. But he's quite close behind Woody. Here he goes now. We'll try and look a move on the Irishman, but isn't quite close enough into the final 6. We've got 3 Aston Martins leading this race. Tim runs a little bit wide. Now that could allow Dutchie to go for a move on the right hand side, but couldn't quite squeeze his Toyota through. And Tim maintains 6th place in this race and is behind iFin for now. Tiger leads the way on lap 1. I'm sure all these guys with damage are going to be into the pits. Holland, Cash Tangle, and Matthew actually doesn't have damage, but Ted. Was it Ted, or was it? Oh no, it was Wolfie who ran and went into the wall. Also has damage. Meanwhile, the Tiger and Toussaint still lead the way. Dutchie really close behind Tim, who's really close behind Finn actually. So we've got a nice battle here for 5th place. Meanwhile, the gap up front will be getting smaller as they go down the straight. So I think it's a 3-mile straight in total for if you got rid of the chicanes. I think it's a 3 and a bit mile straight. But here comes Tiger now to the outside, and Sarthe gets the move on his teammate around the outside, and Tiger can't defend the slipstream, just too powerful, and Sarthe gets himself up into the lead of the race going into the first chicane. Bonnie Evil's picked up a second penalty, has served a 10th of it already, now has 9/10 to serve. You can see in the background Atom Grin is slowly gaining on Finn. Dutchy picks up a 5/10 penalty for probably going over the white line slightly down at the chicane. Here comes Atom Grin though in the Nissan GTR, pulls over to the left hand side, will be the inside for the second chicane. I think Dutchy's trying to serve as much of his penalty as he can, serves all of his penalty and settles in for 7th place. Tim gets past Finn, and that drops Dutchy. Well, Dutchy's still down in 7th place. Daniel Gardenzi in the background is going to be pressured from Ted soon. And these guys at the back really don't have anyone slipstreams. Cash Deng's gone into the hard tyres. I think that's the first time we've seen the hards since Autopolis. So an interesting strategy from the replacement driver. Probably doesn't really hasn't really familiarised himself too much with the tyre wear. Tim goes really deep, and that's going to allow Finn and Dutchy to get past into 5th and 6th place, the most Tim down into 7th. Meanwhile, Toussaint now leads this race by a second. Tiger under pressure now from Bonnie Evil. Woody in 4th as well. Could be looking for a move on the replacement driver. Looks to the inside and wasn't close enough to make the move stick. But an impressive drive so far from Woody up into 4th place, and has got 3 British drivers in front, all in the speedy Aston Martin. That Aston Martin is quick through its acceleration and in a straight line. So we'll have to see how well Woody's able to negotiate the cars in front. But Play Dutchy's looking for a move on Finn. Tim though is closer to make a move, doesn't go for anything into the Porsche curve, and will settle in behind for now as Finn actually hits the barrier a little bit, doesn't get any damage. You saw the sparks flying off, but maintains 5th place. A little bit of lag as the frame rate drops quite a bit there. There we go. Toussaint picks up another 5/10 penalty, and Tigers closed the gap down to now 3/10. It was about a second, and Toussaint now under pressure from his teammate with a penalty. Bonnie Evil behind also has got a penalty. This could be really good for Woody, as he's going to have to slipstream on these guys while they're serving their penalty. So this straight could be really interesting. As you can see, Play Dutchy might try and get a move on Finn. We saw Dutchy stuck behind the Ferrari in the last race of Sardinia, just couldn't find the speed to overtake. But going back up front, Toussaint has extended his gap a little bit, but Woody's only a 10th behind Bonnie Evil, and might even go for a move before the straight, almost pushing the Aston Martin through the corners. Play Dutchy currently has the fastest lap of the race so far, and Tiger picks up a 2-second time penalty. Assuming if you're going wide, I think he went wide, I'm not too sure. Just probably went over the white lines. They are really harsh around this track. You can see Woody just doesn't have the straight line speed, but Bonnie Evil and the Aston Martin definitely does. Is a 10th behind. Tiger now might go for a move into the first chicane, not quite close enough to go for anything, but we'll try and position the car nicely to get a good exit. Woody's got a really good run as well on these guys. It's a shame that Toyota really does struggle in the straights. But here comes Bonnie Evil now. Pulls out alongside Tiger on the right hand side of the track. Will be the outside for the chicane. Gets the move done before the corner. Tiger could be under pressure from Woody here, but that Toyota just doesn't really have to good straight line speed, but how is he under braking? Not close enough to make the move stick, but we still got another 2 straights to go, and Woody's got a really good run on the Aston Martin. Now pulls over to the outside, doesn't have the straight line speed to follow it through though, less than a 10th behind Tiger. Riding on board, you can see how closely he is following that Aston Martin. Decides to lift off a little bit, maybe it's just so he's not too close going into the braking zone, and unable to go for a move on the Aston Martin just yet. But now Toussaint will be under pressure from Bon Evil. Top 3 all have penalties, so Woody, Finn and Play Dutchy, and even Tim here are in a good position. Daniel Gardenzi is going to be battling with Ted for 8th, Matt Gamer and Wolfie for 10th, and Holland with his damage puts himself, he didn't put himself down in 12th, but that's just how things have worked out, unfortunately. I don't know what happened to him, whether there was contact or whether it was a mistake. I'll have to watch the replay after, but I'm sure he knows what happened. Finn actually gets past Woody on the straights, so the Toyota's struggling a lot in straight line speed. See there Tim as well serving a penalty, just ghosting temporarily in 7th place. Dutchy's got a good run on his teammate and gets through up into 5th place, but he's going to go side by side with Woody now, and I think Woody is going to let Play Dutchy go for the Drivers' Championship. But Tiger now under pressure from Finn, 7/10, 8/10 behind Bunny Evil, does have a 1.9 second time penalty. Would have deserved that at some point during the race, but still has 48 minutes left to go in the race. So we've only done 3.5 laps. This will be when Toussaint crosses the line. We will be on lap 4. We might have around 15, 16 odd laps in this race compared to the usual mid, high 20s, low 30s we're used to seeing, as this race is obviously almost 4 minutes long. Finn now has the new fastest lap of the race. Tiger is really close behind Bonnie Evil, and Daniel Gardenzi getting past Ted. I'll get a quick replay of that and see what happened. You can see here going into the final chicane, Daniel Gardenzi had the inside line. Ted left the room, went a little bit too deep into the corner I think, and that just allowed Daniel Gardenzi to go really late on the brakes actually into the final chicane and get the move done up into 8th place. Meanwhile, Bonnie Evil's made a mistake onto the grass, and that's a really good save from the British driver. Loses out to Tiger and might lose out to Finn here going into the first chicane. Here comes the German driver in the slipstream, pulls over to the left hand side, and Finn gets himself up into 3rd place. Bonnie Evil tucks in behind once again. Finn might actually go for a move on Tiger. Finn to the inside maybe, couldn't quite close enough to get the move. Connor, no, Bonnie Evil's just replaced it. Yes and no. Bonnie airbag for this week and next week I believe, so full time for the rest of the season, yes, but as a replacement, seeing as there are only 2 races left. But yeah, the gap between Tim and Daniel is 13 seconds. You can see how the slipstream frame is really helping the front 7 pull away. Toussaint does currently lead the way. Got over the white line slightly, stayed within the curb, not a penalty, but you can see in the background Finn looking for a move on his team. Finn looking for a move. Finn now in the pursuit for the lead of the race. Ted trying to gain back on Daniel in the Audi. Well, Ted in the Aston, and now Daniel in the Audi R8. Here comes Finn looking for a move on Toussaint. This is for the lead of the race Finn looking for a move on Toussaint, going into... Okay, I've lost everything. Where am I? Anyway, sorry, I'm not awake. To Finn, looking for a move onto Saint, I've lost it. Going into Indianapolis. Sorry guys, I'm sorry that took so long. But we're now so many corners away from Indianapolis that is just completely... There's no point anymore in trying. But yeah, 2 Saint now leads the way. Tiger's close back into Finn. Close the gap down to Finn now. 1 second was about 1.3. Bonnie Evil also behind Tiger. Tiger running a little bit wide. Is that going to be a penalty? I think it was. Now 1.7 seconds worth of time penalties. Here comes Bonnie Evil. Will try and go for a move into the chicane. Late on the brakes and gets the move done. Down the inside. Moves away up into 3rd place. Ahead of Tiger. Finn actually gets ahead of 2 Saint now into the lead of the race. The last time he was leading the race was in Monza. Or was it Monza? Or was it Autopolis? Whatever one came first. I think he was leading in both races. And is now leading the way here in the Circuit de la Sarthe. You can see this really long train of cars all connected by the power of slipstream. And 2 Saint down to 2nd will be under pressure from Bonnie and Tiger. Tiger looking for a move on Bonnie, but couldn't quite get anything done into the 1st sector. We'll wait for the 5 long straights. Here comes 2 Saint there. We're tucking to the slipstream on Finn's Ferrari. We can get an onboard, or a backwards onboard with Finn. Here comes 2 Saint. You can see Bonnie Evil gaining as well. This could be 3 wide by the time we get into the chicane. Will Bonnie go for it? I don't think she will. I think she's going to play this one smartly. Serve a penalty. A lot of drivers serving their penalty. Finn's gone deep into the corner. 2 Saint's going to get a good exit. Runs a little bit deep as well. Bonnie Evil is going to have a good chance into the 2nd chicane. Here comes 2 Saint now with a good run on Finn. Pulls up alongside and gets the move done so far down the straight. But will Finn try and fight it back into the 2nd chicane? Decides to tuck in back behind the slipstream, but pull out again to go for a move down the inside into the 2nd chicane on the British driver. Will try the switchback move, but couldn't quite get ahead of 2 Saint, parking his car in all the right places there. Not allowed Finn to get that move back, but Finn will have the slipstream once again. He pulls over to the inside line for the kind of double right-hander, and gets the move done up into the lead of the race. 2 Saint will try and fight this one, but in the end decides to back out of it. Meanwhile, Woody drops down to 7th. Tim gets ahead. Daniel Gardenzi battling, I was going to say Daniel Gardenzi battling with Ted, but Ted dropped off a little bit. Holland's got his way up into 11th place. He's going to be gaining on Wolfie, sorry. But the front 3 could potentially go 3 wide, as Bonnie Evil getting ahead of Finn. And we'll be looking for a move on 2 Saint into Indianapolis. Finn on the inside, Tim also on the inside of Dutchy. So let's see how Tim done his move. And yeah, Dutchy serving a massive penalty. 3.3 seconds. It's now 3.1 for him. I did not see what happened to him there, but it's going to lose a lot of time. So I think lap 5 is the lap that we will see drivers coming into the pits for some refueling now. You don't want to be caught out on track with no fuel, otherwise it's going to be a long painful stretch of the pits. So lap 5, lap 6 I think is the average 2 laps. We should see everyone into the pits. 2 Saint will probably pit this lap. Bonnie Evil might be able to stay out with that amount of fuel left. Let's see what 2 Saint does as he approaches the pit lane entrance now. Will he come into the pits? He does. and I think everyone is going to come into the pits. Play Dutchy and Woody all stay out. Interesting. So into the pits now. Tim has 23% of fuel left, so Tim might actually come out of the pits in the lead here. Bonnie Evil might come out in second, then Tiger, then Toussaint, and then Finn, based off their fuel loads. They'll be able to put less fuel in. Well, it'll take them, well, it'd be quicker for them to put in less fuel, if that makes sense. Finn's going to have to put in more fuel to get to himself to a full tank. Daniel Gardenzi's also into the pits, and Play Dutchy currently leads the way. So let's have a look at these guys. Toussaint's been released. Where is everyone? Bonnie Evil has come out in third, then Tim, then Toussaint, then Tiger, then Finn. 5 drivers all coming out the pits almost at the same time. Finn has massively lost out. Bonnie Evil and Tim, by conserving their fuel in their opening stint, have got themselves up into 3rd and 4th place. Didn't have to put in as much as the guys around them. But now we've got some more racing on our hands after the first wave of pit stops. Expect another wave in 20 minutes time. But if it was to finish as it finishes now, Dutchy will win the championship, but he hasn't yet to pit in this race. A reminder that Dutchy's on 271, Tiger is on 235, and if Dutchy outscores Tiger by 6 points, I think he will win the championship. No, sorry, if Tiger, let's just say if Tiger's able to outscore Dutchy by 5 points, then the championship will go to Lago Maggiore. But anyway, we've got a battle here for 3rd place on our hands. Tim getting ahead of Bonnie, Toussaint capitalising as well, and we're trying to look for a move on Tim. Meanwhile, Finn's going for a move on Tiger, puts his Ferrari up into 6th place. Good move from Finn, but the front 2 still haven't pit in this race. I'll have to see where they come out when they have their wave of pit stops. Is that quality really... What's the quality like, guys? Is it bad? Bear with me for just 2 seconds. I'll keep an eye on this battle as well. Concerned that the quality looks like it's dropped a little bit. Well, I'll find out in a little if that has happened or not. Bonnie Evil now looking for a move on Toussaint. Finn though gets himself up into 5th place. Toussaint defending from Tim. Finn will look for a move on Bonnie Evil down the inside into Indianapolis. Bonnie Evil is able to maintain 5th place, defends the inside line, and there's no way for Finn to get through. So good defending. And yeah, I don't know what's happened to the stream quality. Why has that dropped? Let me just try this. Hopefully that's better. But anyway, the front 2 are into the pits. Here comes Woody now. Just enough fuel comes into the pits. Refueling and fresh tyres for both of them. And Toussaint, Tim, Bonnie, Tiger and Finn are all really close to the pit lane actually. I don't think the overcut might have been the best idea. Here comes Bonnie Evil on Attengren now. Gets the move done, up into the lead of the race. Third place, sorry, 2nd place, sorry. Woody and Play Dutchy are still in the pits. Dutchy's been released. Here comes Toussaint now. Dutchy will come out in 2nd, 3rd, 4th, or would it be 4th? As Tiger's now going to try and look for a move Around the outside, tries the switchback move, but Dutchy will come out side by side with Tiger still. And Finn has lost a lot of time, so is Woody. Maybe there was a mistake from someone, but Dutchy comes out in 5th place. Holland's also into the pits, has a 4.7 second penalty to serve. Blue flag, someone getting... I think that's just lag. But I'm going to say this for the final 30 minutes. I have no idea why the quality's dropped like that. That is... My internet is... Well, my internet speed says it's really good, so I don't know what's happening there. I just done a quick test. But Bonnie Evil now defending from Tim, and Dutchy's gone quite deep into the chicane. That might give him a penalty. We'll have to wait and see. Is it going to be a penalty? I think Dutchy got away with that one. 2.8 seconds he will have to serve. But here comes Bonnie Evil now for the lead of the race, and it's going to go 3 wide between Tiger, Toussaint and Tim. They're both BCMR drivers back out to serve a penalty, but Toussaint's going to try and send one down the inside, but it isn't close enough to Tim to get the move done. We'll have the slipstream though down the 2nd straight, and here he goes now. Is he close enough to get the move done? Sorry about the black box in the top left. That was just my controller being my controller. And yeah, no, Bonnie Evil defending from Tim. Toussaint and Tiger battling in the background. Toussaint still wins 3rd place with a 2/10 penalty. Dutchy with a penalty. I was going to say a big penalty, but Woody has gone off. Let's see what's happened here. Finn and Woody going side by side. Was there contact? Oh, I think Woody was just late on the brakes. Yeah, he was. And that's got him off into the gravel. But the battle out front continues. Tim now leads this race, followed by Toussaint, Bonnie, Tiger and Dutchy are your top 5. So that the Nissan GTR currently leads the race. After 30 minutes, it's Attengren in the lead. He'll be looking for his first win as well in the GT Sport League if he can hold this one. Bonnie Evil is really close behind Toussaint for 2nd place. Tiger down in 4th. Dutchy down in 5th place as a 2nd behind these guys. Doesn't want to fall off the back of the DRS train, otherwise it won't come back round to get him, or be willing to slow down for him, I wouldn't imagine. But yeah, the gap almost a 2nd is now a 2nd. He'll be looking to try and reduce that as much as he can. Just over 30 minutes left to go in this race. And just looking down the rest of the field, not much action happening down there. Let's have a look back up top. Bonnie Evil in 3rd place. Her first race as a replacement driver. We'll be looking to see how high, we'll be looking for a good result, I'd imagine, for airbag. But here comes Toussaint on the back of Attengren now. Let's get the forward cam, and you can just see the straight line speed and the slipstream of the Aston Martin. Here goes Toussaint. Would he go for a move on the inside? Not close enough to go for a move just yet. Decides to back out of that one, and Dutchy's actually caught back up to this train for first place, so welcome aboard. Meanwhile, Bonnie Evil's looking for a move on Toussaint. Toussaint's also closing in on Tim as well. But no one's close enough to make a move. Tiger looked for something down the inside. Wasn't quite close enough yet, but the gap up front is being reduced. Bonnie Evil got a really good exit through the second chicane and will be closing in on Toussaint now. And gets up into second place. All drivers do have, well, the majority of these guys still have penalties to serve, as Bonnie Evil going for a move on Tim. Tries to get, goes for a move for the lead. We're going to go side by side now in the run down to Indianapolis. And the Aston and the Nissan still side by side. Toussaint might have a look for a move on Tim and maybe even Bonnie Evil. This could go 3 wide. Tim might be saving a little bit of fuel. Backing off just a little bit. And yeah, Tim actually goes all the way down into 4th place. So losing out big time on the straights. Bonnie Evil now leads this race. Dutchy won't look for a move on Tim. Tiger looked for a move on Toussaint, but wasn't close enough to make the move stick. And another straight to go. It's not over just yet. So Toussaint will be trying to close back in on Bonnie Evil. Tiger and Tim. Dutchy all keen behind. Tim might actually get a good run on Tiger here, but I don't think he's close enough to make a move into the chicane. As we're about to start lap number 9. Still got 27 minutes to go, and it's been such a great race with many overtakes. Here we go, round 9 you could say, of the slipstreaming as we approach the straights. Only a left and a right to go. Toussaint, after starting in 2nd I believe, is still in 2nd. Bonnie Evil still in 1st. Tiger's in 3rd. Tim in 4th. Play Dutchy in 5th. Woody is in 6th and we're trying to gain on this battle. Finn's in 7th. Daniel in 8th. Wolfie in 9th. Holland on a recovery ride in 10th. Ted in 11th and Math Gamer in 12th place. But here comes Toussaint now for the lead of the race. Pulls alongside Bonnie Evil and gets ahead of the Aston Martin driver. Here comes Tiger as well. Might try and go for a move maybe. But Toussaint's going to go down around the outside, get himself up into the lead of the race. Woody actually now has the fastest lap of the race, as him and Finn are battling here for 6th place. Let's see whether they can work together and gain on the battle for the lead. Gap between Finn and Dutchy, 7 seconds now. Is anyone going to go for a move? I don't think they are. Let's see if Woody's close enough to go for a move on Finn. Looks to the inside, goes for a move down the inside. What's happening here? But is unable to get it done. Finn maintains 6th place for now, but I'm sure Woody will be trying to fight back as Tiger's trying to fight Bonnie Evil now for 2nd place. And breaks a little bit early, serves I think a 10th of his penalty, serving a lot more of his penalty, and I'm sure Tim will be gaining on the Aston Martin. Does have his windscreen wiper on, but nevertheless, Tim now gaining on Tiger. Tiger served 5/10 of his penalty. Tim looking for a move on Tiger, pulls up alongside for the podium. Here comes Bonnie Evil now on to Saint for the lead of the race and gets the move done into Indianapolis. Gets herself up into the lead of the race. Tiger gets ahead of Tim, who's actually dropped down into 5th place. And did Tim have a spin? Must have missed this. Let's have a quick replay. There's no contact, I don't think. I know Tim's got onto the gravel, and did he go round? He was able to keep it going. No damage, but has lost 6.5 seconds to the leaders. How unfortunate for Atim. We'll now have to try and find another time in this race if he wants to try and come back for the podium, but still on lap 9. This lap's felt like a really long lap. It is 4 minutes, but still got 23 minutes to go here at Le Mans. We've got one race left next week at Lago Maggiore. Tune in for that one. As it stands in this race, the championship will continue over into Lago, I think. Let's have a look. I don't think it will actually. I think Dutchy might have this. We'll have to wait and see where everyone finishes on the end of the race. But anyway, we are now going down the first of the long straights here, and Toussaint will have the run on Bonnie Evil. Goes over to the right hand side. Will be the inside for the chicane. It's now become a 4-way fight for the lead of the race. Dutchy's dropped off a little bit. Tiger's pulled over to the right hand side of the track. Probably doesn't want to get too close in the slipstream. As Toussaint and Bonnie Evil served all their penalties. Dutchy and Tiger still have 1.7 seconds worth. Here comes Toussaint now, looking for the move on Bonnie Evil for the lead of the race, and gets the move done before the chicane. Dutchy though, serving the penalty, has dropped off a little bit. He doesn't want to serve too much of it. He wants to stay within the slipstream range. Finn has caught up to the back of Tim has caught up to the back of Finn now in this race. We'll be looking to try and gain on these front 4. But Bonnie Evil still battling away with the BCMR drivers. Tiger as well, serving some of his time penalty. Bonnie Evil now looking for a move on Toussaint for the lead of the race. Once again, he's battling away quite a lot. Tiger's now dropped 1.3 seconds behind. Atom Green getting past Finn as well down the straight. A quick look at this battle for the lead. Bonnie Evil gets herself up into the lead of the race, and Tim passes Finn up into 5th place. this battling, plus the slipstream has allowed Tiger to catch up to this battle as well now. These four drivers will be going at it for the lead of the race. Final 20 minutes here, so about 5 laps to go in this race. We've had 10 of them and we've got 5 of them left, and it's pit stop time for these guys. Into the pits they bit from this the most. Tiger stays out, and it looks like Body Evil with the most fuel is gonna come out in front. Let's have a look and see how much fuel they do put in. Tim stays out, Finn's into the pits, Woody's also into the pits with damage. Does Finn have damage? Finn doesn't, so Woody's made a mistake somewhere. And let's just see what tyres and fuel loads these guys put into the car. When will Toussaint get released? Toussaint and Bonnie's been released. Bonnie's been released first, then Toussaint, and I'm sure Tiger will be closely behind. All 3 of them putting in full tanks. Daniel Gardenzi's into the pits as well. Finn just being released now. Tim and Dutchy though staying out. Dutchy has got a lot of fuel. Could he go to the end? No, surely not. This is going to be interesting now to see whether Play Dutchy can or can't go to the end of the race on his fuel load. I think he said after the last week's race he messed it up a little bit with his strategy. He didn't put enough fuel in the car, which is why he couldn't keep up with everyone on the straights. But if Dutchy thinks he can go to the end, he's got 9 seconds to Tim, and Toussaint is 25 seconds behind him. So if Dutchy can not lose 25 seconds in the last 18 minutes, and if he can conserve that amount of that much of fuel, then he could be on for a win and a championship maybe. We'll have to wait and see. Here comes Bonnie Evil though, looking for the move on Toussaint. This is for 3rd place. And Bonnie Evil gets the move done on Toussaint, up into 3rd place now. These guys will be trying to hunt down Play Dutchy. The gap though, 26 seconds now, so it's gone up from 25. But you can see how much time they're gaining on the straights. Here comes Toussaint now, looking for the move on Bonnie Evil. And makes it stick. Moves himself up into 3rd place. It's going to be quite repetitive. But Holland has made his way up into 8th place after getting damaged, I think, on the opening lap. Tiger's dropped off massively from this battle. Maybe served a penalty or made a mistake. Bonnie Evil there will try and get back past Toussaint now for 3rd place and gets the move done before Indianapolis, and will be hunting down Attengren, who's still yet to pit in this race. 14.5 seconds separate those guys. So the Tiger running a little bit wide on the exit of the right-hander. Now 2.3 seconds behind his teammate, and is out of the DRS of the slip. So really unfortunate for him. But no, he doesn't. Will Tim come into the pits on this lap? He must do, surely. He's got absolutely no fuel left in the car. It does come into the pits. Negotiates his way through the chicane and is into the pits. 2% of fuel left, so he's timed that well. But here comes Bonnie Evil now going past the pit lane entrance. So has the overcut worked for Tim? Remember, he had a spin, was about 6 seconds behind these guys. Where would he come out? You can see they're changing the tyres, putting in the fuel. Tiger's going past the pit lane now. Where's it going to be for Tim? And they're just let him go now, and Tiger's already past the pit lane. It's going to be P5 for Tim. Woody will be behind him in 6th place by quite a little bit. But Dutchy now still hasn't pit in this race and has stayed out while he's conserved a lot of fuel in that slipstream train and might go to the end of the race. If he does, then he would have made the one-stop work amazingly well in this race. Meanwhile, we can see here the battle for 2nd place developing. Toussaint going for the move on Bonnie Evil before the first chicane, and once again gets the move done up into 2nd place. Bonnie Evil running a little bit wide over the white lines. That could be a penalty coming her. Yeah, there it is. 1 second, 5/10, sorry. And Bonnie Evil's maintains 2nd, going into the 2nd chicane now, but there's still one more chicane to go. And Play Dutchy still leads this race, but I don't know if Dutchy can make his fuel last. If he can, it would be amazing. I don't think he will though. It's going to be really close. Bonnie Evil getting a little bit squirmy on exit. Tiger setting a purple first sector. Not first sector, 4th sector. Woody currently has the fastest lap of the race as things stand. But here comes Bonnie Evil now, having to defend from Toussaint. Was going to go on the inside, gets the move done up into 2nd place. Here comes Tiger and his teammate down the inside, and Toussaint losing out there and down into 4th place. Tiger gets a penalty. Let's just see how much he exceeded those track limits by, because that must have been really close. Let's have a look. I've no idea where he's got that penalty. That might have been for a contact or something. Not too sure where that came from, but goes up into 3rd place nevertheless. Still following these guys. Tiger setting, well, going 2.222 seconds quicker in the 6th sector. Play Dutchy's into the pits now. This could be really close between him, Bonnie, Tiger and Toussaint. Now these guys had slipstream. Dutchy had less fuel. Let's see where he will come out compared to these guys. Bonnie Evil, Tiger and Toussaint now going through the final chicane. Dutchy's in the pits, still in the pits, has been released, and this is going to put Dutchy into the lead of the race. But where's Bonnie Evil now? They'll be coming at much quicker speeds than Play Dutchy, and he's into the lead of the race. 1.2 seconds separate him and Bonnie Evil, and a really good strategy from him has got himself up into the lead of the race. The overcut worked amazingly well for him, but will now be under pressure from Bonnie Evil. The slipstream coming into play, 7/10 behind, going a little bit wide onto the gravel, and will have to now defend for the remaining 10 minutes in this race. Holland Campion into the pits after he's on a recovery drive after the lap 1 incidents, but he's done well to get himself up to 18th. We started with 14 drivers, we're now down to 12. And as it stands, Plain Dutchie will win the championship. Here goes Boniva now on Plain Dutchie for the lead of the race. 2 seconds, will send one maybe on his teammates, but backs out of that move for now. Tiger having a 4/10 penalty. Dutchie has got 6/10 to his name. Boniva with 2/10 to the name. But you can see how much these guys have pulled away from Finn and Woody now going into the first chicane. But just having a look back up top, Tiger has the run on Dutchie. Will try and go down inside of his championship rival. Doesn't, unable to make the move stick yet. Dutchie riding the curb a little bit. We'll have to wait and see if that's a penalty or not. Sometimes it's quite unreliable whether going over the white lines is a penalty around this track, but Tiger's definitely going to try and go for something. Woody's going to go for a move down the inside of Finn. Here comes Tiger now up into the net lead of the race, but here comes Boniva. Will try and get a good exit on Tiger. Does so brilliantly, gets up into the lead of the race, but here comes Dutchie now riding on board. Finn and Woody once again going side by side. Finn getting back past the Irishman, but it's going to go almost 3 wide. We've got two 2x2s up front. Tiger now into the lead of the race. Boniva in second, 2 seconds getting past Dutchie. But Tiger's going to try and go around the outside of Boniva and gets the move done into the lead of the race. And all these guys have got penalties, but 2 Saints, I think. Yes, the 2 Saints in a decent position here. So we're now down to the final 8 minutes in this race, and see Woody and Tim's off into the barrier. We'll get a quick replay to see what happens. Onto the curb, and he's hit the barrier. That's a really awkward collision for him. How unfortunate, just clipped the barrier ever so slightly. He's got damage as well, so he's going to be into the pits. How unfortunate for Atom in this race. It was looking so good for him. But looking back down to this battle for the lead, Tiger now leads the way. If it does stay like this, Tiger in first, Dutchie in fourth, then the championship fights will go into Lago Maggiore, the track that Tiger won last season. But Boniva still close behind. 2 Saint really close behind as well. And we'll just have to wait for the straight to see all the moves, and Tim is into the pits. Here we go, Boniva's got a good run on Tiger now, down and towards the first chicane. And we'll get the run. Such a long straight. Here comes Dutchie on 2 Saint now for third place. Boniva will be looking for a move for the lead of the race. Goes down the inside of the chicane, gets the move done. Tiger maintains second place, and Dutchie's unable to get past 2 Saint. Stays in fourth for now. Tiger does have the fastest lap, so that's definitely going to help his run in the championship. Looking back down to this battle between Finn and Woody. Woody's got 2.5 second penalty. Tim has unfortunately lost out due to his spin, but here comes 2 Saint now on Tiger. Might go for a move from Boniva as well. Dutchie might try and capitalise on this battling in the last 5 minutes. And it looks like we're only going to get 1 lap after this one, so this will be the penultimate lap of the race here at the Circuit de la Sarthe, and it's definitely going to be a heated one for the top 4. Will Bonnie Evil get a win on her debut race? Will Dutchie win this race and win the championship? Or will Toussaint get 2 wins in a row? Will Tiger get his third win of the season, I think? I think it's his 3rd win. I think he's had 2 or 3 this season, I think. But anyway, here we go then. Down the another long straight. Here comes Bonnie Evil gaining on Toussaint. You can see Dutchie flashing his lights. And Black Country, I do agree, what a race this has been. It's a shame Cryptek wasn't here to join me. But here goes Bonnie Evil on Toussaint. And Toussaint will have to drop into 2nd place for now. But all the drivers, only Bonnie Evil's got a penalty, and that's a 1/10 penalty, so they're keeping it clean in the final few stages of this race. Tiger's lost out to play Dutchie. If Dutchie outscores Tiger by more than 6 or more points, then Dutchie will win the championship. If not, it will go to the final race of the season. And I haven't even looked at constructors yet. Let me do that real quickly. I'll keep an eye on this battle. Toussaint going to try and get past Dutchie. Dutchie gets himself up into 2nd place. This is really good in his championship fight. Let me try and work this one out for constructors. Well, this is happening. This is where Cryptek would be quite useful. Here goes Dutchie and Bonnie Evil. Unable to make the move. But yeah, Bonnie Evil now leads on to the final lap of the race. Here we go then. It's all coming down to this. The BCMR racing team have 443 points, and the BDE are on 369. Here goes Tiger on Toussaint, maybe even Dutchie. That might have been team orders for the championship. Tiger now trying to go for a move on Dutchie. And if anyone knows about constructors, that could let me know. That would be very useful. But here we go then. A few, not long to go. I'm going to have to try and quickly work this constructors championship out. Now, where's Cryptek when you need him? If anyone else has already done it or does it before me, that would be very appreciative. Here goes Dutchie on Bonnie Evil. This is for the lead of the race and possibly even the championship. So I have to just keep an eye on where everyone finishes, try commentating and looking at the points at the same time. So if Tiger and Toussaint outscore Dutchie and Woody by 15 points, then they'll be crowned constructors champions. But here is a monumental battle for the lead. Tiger now leads this race, Bonnie in 2nd, Dutchie in 3rd, Toussaint in 4th. So it's 6 points for drivers, 15 for constructors, and it's not over until it's over. So, oh god. Here goes Toussaint now on Bonnie Evil. This is really good for their constructors. He might even try it on his teammate, but doesn't decide to go for anything. Maybe try and act as a guard to try and protect his teammate's championship fight. And as it stands, if Tiger and Toussaint get a 1-2, they will win the Constructors' Championship for the BCMR team. Here he goes, there goes Bonnie Evil looking for a move on Toussaint maybe. And just can't really get the move done. You can see Toussaint's lifting off. He doesn't want to overtake his teammate. These are team orders here. And all that cost him again this fight against Bonnie Evil. It doesn't. Dutchie looking for a move on Bonnie Evil maybe. With only 30 seconds to go, this definitely will be the last lap of the race. all on low fuel. Dutchy has low fuel as well, so that strategy's kind of worked for him. But here we go, Dutchy getting a really loose rear on exit. Meanwhile, it's a BCMR 1-2. As it stands, if they will win Constructors, and the championship will go on into Lago Maggiore. If Tiger's able to pick up the full 31 points, that's definitely really going to help him, especially if Dutchy's down in 4th place, only picking up 18 points, I think it is, for 4th. But here we go then, only a few corners to go as they approach the final sector of the Circuit de la Sarthe circuits. Well, that doesn't really make sense if you translate it. But Toussaint running a little bit wide. Here comes Tiger Assassin though. Toussaint picks up a 5-10 penalty. He's going to have to serve that with only a few corners to go. That could let Dutchy go through. Bonnie Eagles defending, but goes for it. And Dutchy's got through on Toussaint. Toussaint takes us to the escape road. He's been reset to the track. But Tiger's going to come across the final corner now and win the race. Bonnie Evil can come across the line in 2nd. Dutchy in 3rd. Toussaint now, after getting a penalty on the final few chicanes, will come across the line in 4th place. But Dutchy actually got... Wait, Bonnie Evil... Wait, Dutchy came 2nd? Wait. I thought... Wait, I swear Bonnie Evil got 2nd. Findo comes across the line in 5th, Woody in 6th. Tim will come across the final few chicanes now, and after an unfortunate few spins, in 7th place. Holland now getting past Daniel Gardenzi for 8th. But look, the red numbers on the right mean gap to leader. Holland's a minute and 25 seconds behind Tiger. Toussaint was 6 seconds behind Tiger. Bonnie Evil's 1.7 seconds behind Tiger. Dutchy's 2.6 seconds behind Tiger, but finished in front. Unless Bonnie Evil had a penalty that I didn't see, then that would be why Bonnie Evil's in 3rd. Holland Campion there will come across the final few chicanes and defend well from Daniel Gardenzi in 8th place. Daniel in 9th. Wolfie will come across the line in 10th. Ted in 11th. Matt Gamer in 12th. But now I've got to work out whether the BCMR team have won the Constructors or not. So they've got 31 points and 18. That's 49. Dutchy got 2nd. Woody got 6th. So that's... I need to check. How many points does Woody get for 5th? I really should know this. 12. So that's 36 points. The gap between... So they outscored them by 13 points. Which means the gap out front goes... Wait, no, they've won it. I think Toussaint and Tiger have won the Constructors' Championship for the BCMR team. So huge congratulations to those guys for picking up the first Constructors' Championship. And here is another final grid. Just got confirmation that Bonnie Evil did get a penalty in the end. But what a thrilling race, and another win to add to the collection for Tiger Assassin, moving up 4 places in that race. But what a race that had been. Many overtakes, and a one that will live up as one of the best. But huge congratulations to the top guys, Tiger and Toussaint especially, for the win in both in their Constructors Championship hunt. So it's all wrapped up in the Constructors, but in terms of drivers, it's still all to play for. So make sure you stay tuned for next week at Lago Maggiore, where we'll be, well, waiting to see who's going to get this championship. Will it be Play Dutchy? Will it be Tiger Assassin? Find out this time next week, and until then, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.